A firm belonging to the son of Nigeria's president-elect bought an $11 million London mansion that his predecessor government was seeking to confiscate as part of a corruption probe, document shows. So guys, this is one of the most talked about headlines. This is a property belonging to Desiani. We all know Desiani, the former Minister of Petroleum. You know, the Buhari's administration seized some of these properties, and you can see how they are selling it to their friends and their colleagues. And you know, Tinubu's son, I don't even know if he has any legitimate business, but look at the kind of property that he bought and paid. Oh my God. People have begun to question Tinubu's mission, as in why is he so desperate to become Nigeria's president? Even though he has so many controversies around him, why is he so desperate? You can see it. It's becoming clear, it's becoming obvious that these people have plans. Honestly, they have plans. Sheyi Tinubu paid $11 million for London property Buhari regime seized from the Desiani ally, Kola Aluko. So guys, you can see that the Buhari's government seized this property from those they claim to be corrupt. And at the end of the day, they sold it to Tinubu's son. You see, from corruption to another corruption. Fellow Nigerians, we must stand up to end the reign of all these old politicians. They don't mean well for Nigeria. And we must call on the Buhari's government, you know, to come and tell Nigerians where all the properties they seized are. You can imagine that they seized these properties and ended up selling it to their political allies. And at the end of the day, that's why Nigeria keeps sinking, because all the money they collected from people, all the properties, nobody knows where they are today. But I'm happy that this one is surfacing. Hopefully, you know, hopefully other ones will equally surface. As in, we have to call the accountant general to question, we have to call their attorney general to question, we have to call the EFCC to question. They have to like tell the Nigerian people all the properties that were seized, where are they? Can we trace them? If they were sold to people, where are the monies that were recovered? So guys, these are some of the topics making great waves and storm on the social media. And you can see that the obedience are not going to keep quiet until a new Nigeria is born. They will keep digging deep. And I'm so happy that the international media is helping to, you know, expose these are corrupt politicians. You can imagine Tinubu's son buying this kind of house when his father has not become president. So what happens when he becomes president? And that is why we call on our judiciary to do the needful. They should do the needful. So guys, I hope you enjoy this content. So guys, let me allow you watch this video, and I know you are going to love it. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, turn on the notification bell. Please give this video a like so that YouTube can recommend it to others, and let me know what you think in the comment section below. Thank you.
Hello there, good morning to you. This is Kakaki Social. I'm Rena Obozige. Thank you so much for joining me. The presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, has again responded to the treason charges against him by the federal government. According to Obi, it was a waste of resources for the Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, to have traveled to make the announcement while he, that's Obi, was right in Anambra State in Nigeria. So for Obi, the money spent on the trip, which he says could have been used for the development of education in the minister's village, is a bigger problem than the allegations of treasonable felony against him. So in his words, he says, "That is the height of rascality. It was even announced in Washington. I committed a treasonable offense and I'm in Onitsha, and my minister went to announce it in Washington. This is the waste in governance we are talking about, and people don't want to understand. The amount it cost Nigeria for him to go and announce that in Washington could build a block of 6 classrooms in a primary school. I'm sure if you go to his village, there are so many places where children don't even have desks or classrooms to go to school." Instead of using that money for this purpose, he went to Washington to announce treason against someone in Onitsha. He doesn't need to do that. From there, he went to London announcing the same thing when I'm in Nigeria. He should have come to see me or invited me and tell me my offenses. Reacting to that is Edosa, who says, if this man becomes president, I will tell you for sure, governance will become financially unattractive because all the excessive wastages and crude corruption will end, period. Government will now be for those who have the passion and honestly want to serve the people. For Irunwal, thus Peter Obi is funny. It was not the accusations that annoyed him. It was the money he spent to go to London and announce it that is paining him. If this man becomes president, you go know what you go do before you spend national money. Also reacting to that is End Bad Governance in Nigeria, who is saying that I don't know how Peter Obi expresses and explains these people with so much thought, revealing and provoking insight. Simple, straight and easy, no insult, no emotions, no gra-gra. Big ups to Mr. Peter Obi, the people's president-elect and His Excellency. Though Josh is saying that I like Chief Peter Obi has... Okay, it's like Chief Peter Obi has a gift of rubbishing government criminals diplomatically. Now, wow, I didn't see this one coming. I know Nigerians who follow this up with a proof in Lai's village. Lai Muhammad, run to your village and see what you can fix before the youths arrive. And also reacting to that is Gabriel, who attached this picture, and he says, comrade, is peace an option? And then the response he's getting is never. Okay. Let's move away from Obi now to say that the White Witches and Wizards Association of Nigeria, yes, you heard right, the White Witches and Wizards Association of Nigeria is calling for support for the inauguration of the President-elect Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu this month of May. The association is also urging Nigerians to pray for a smooth transition of power as they've gone ahead to spiritually detoxify Abuja for same purpose. In their press statement, they said, there is no reason for Tinubu to be afraid because all the campaigns of calumny mounted against him are mere distractions. We are currently cleaning and detoxifying the Abuja environment where Tinubu would operate from. What Tinubu needs right now is prayers of good health and long life from all Nigerians so he could deliver on his renewed hope promise for better life for all. Well, attaching this meme of Aki and Popo, my 2 cents is saying, so witches and wizards are asking us to pray for Tinubu against the forces of witches and wizards. Nigeria is annoying. And more reactions coming in from Tony, who says, will a witch ever support something that is good? I'm not surprised. Man Without a Name says, brown envelope reached their side too. What have they been doing in their meetings? Well, I'm not sure. It's a question I want to answer because I don't know. I'm not a party to that. And the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, has banned the importation of Indomie noodles into the country. The Director General of the agency, Professor Mojisola Adeyeye, says this is because investigations by Taiwan and Malaysia authorities discovered ethylene oxide, a cancer-causing agent in the noodles brand. Now, part of what they say is that it should be noted that Indomie noodles have been banned from being imported in the country for many years. It is one of the foods on the government's prohibition list. It is not allowed in Nigeria and therefore not registered by NAFDAC. What we are doing is an extra caution to ensure that the product is not smuggled in, and if so, our post-marketing surveillance would detect it. We also want to be sure that the spices used for the Indomie and other noodles in Nigeria are tested. Reacting to that is Melvis, who says originally Indomie noodles are not imported, rather they are made here in Nigeria. I know they have branches in many cities in Nigeria, so how they could take they import the Indomie when their factory full everywhere for Nigeria? Stanley is saying that good, you should also review the content of our locally produced noodles. Most of the ingredients are also imported. And for King Slayer, he said that the idea is cool, but they would allow people, but they allowed people to have their suya wrapped in newspapers with toxic printing inks. And then he's closing his eye. He's in shame. But for Sydney Godwin, it says that NAFDAC agency will resist this madness and plot to monopolize commerce for Aliko Dangote in Nigeria. Indomie Nigeria must not be banned. Nigerians know only Indomie, and any attempt to ban it will be met with stiff resistance. Which cancer you want to create further unemployment? And last reaction to that is coming from T. Maren, who says, now when una ban Gary, una go see my true color, whatever your true color is too. And finally today, stranded Nigerians who say that they are traders in the war-ridden Sudan are crying out.
I don't know Sudan ever at the University of Khartoum. I am evacuation project. Evacuation has the people pushing the Nigerians in ever. I don't go for blue in the Habolo. What I say, I want Mundibo. Why by the motor on Kepuala one day, I can't to share. You need not about politics. Get on now. I know you're in Dubai because the way you can Lumayaka. One night I walked up with the APC plane, I do a balloon the mud from Egypt. All of Quiana. Filona, Yanina, Gamana, Atonka, Famalo, Nivaga, Gofuma. The Pumi work out a line, never has a lie. Ever no Akana, news Anaga, Nebunagai, Ayana Beque. Ayana Beque, I was a clever, you cannot bond the carters and Ukua.
That they were sorting the Sudan evacuees according to their states of origin. We knew something wasn't right because it made zero sense since the buses were not driving directly to states. I would wait till Abike responds, but this is not looking good. And then King says, what was the reason behind the evacuation of citizens based on their states of origin? How were the states arranged, alphabetical order or by throwing a coin? These people keep beating their own records. What a nation. Then he says, is this even possible for even Niger government unless they are separated based on their final destination logistically? Consider a situation where the Igbos are asked to come down from the bus. You think they will comply in this situation? You think they would allow that bus to proceed without them just to make a video later? Nah, heaven and hell will come down that moment. The story is not adding up. Chuk official says, I don't want to believe this is true. If it is true, then Allen Onyema should also do tribe profile people. Only Igbos should get on air peace planes since we all want to be moving mad in this country. Well, this also came as one of the buses conveying them was reported to have caught fire yesterday. Abike and her commission were tagged to this, but she's yet to respond. Of course, she's made a recent post, but apparently she's not seen it, or she's trying to find out the exact state of what happened before she gives a response.
So guys, that is it for this news today. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I want to urge Nigerians, let's continue to push for a new Nigeria. Let's continue to push for a better Nigeria, a Nigeria that, you know, tribe and ethnicity, religious background and all that will not be something to talk about, because this is the only weapon our politicians know how to use best. They've used it to divide us as Nigerians. You know, the Hausas don't care about the Southerners, and the Southerners don't care about the Northerners and all that. That is just the work of our politicians. We all know we are one, and we can be better when we come together, when we maximize this God-given opportunity, because our diversity is a strength of its own on the part of the Nigerian people. But our politicians have seen it as, you know, but our politicians have made us to see it as a weakness. But honestly, it is strength to us. So guys, let's maximize this opportunity well. And we call on the Nigerian government to ensure that the judiciary does its job. They shouldn't be influenced. The ruling party should not influence our judiciary. They should not influence our judges. As the petition will soon commence, as the petition hearing will soon commence, we want our ruling party, the federal government, to stay clear from these court cases, so that, you know, the judiciary will be allowed to play its role, as in it's there to protect democracy. They should come and do it this time, and that is what we all are looking forward to, a better Nigeria. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, turn on the notification bell for more uploads, give this video a like so that YouTube can recommend it to others, and let me know what you think in the comment section below. Thank you.